One of the great opportunities we have with starting in a park is that you start from scratch every year. That brings some challenges, but the opportunity far outweigh the challenges in terms of the ability for us to innovate every year and grow and sort of evolve the experiences. The Australian Grand Prix really has a reputation of being a festival. Building activities around the race and making sure that people are entertained throughout the whole day for each of the 4 days has been a real focus of ours. And so we've got as many people, if not more people, who are focused on how do we activate the park during those 4 days as those that making sure we're putting on a really good 4 days of racing.
As you all know, we've engaged Mushroom Group to help us with Lakeside and bringing that to life and kind of elevating that even more from what we did in 2024, which was a great start, I think, with the new shade structure and adding in some, really making it an area for people to dwell. We also moved Fan Forum over there, which was a massive win. We had a lot more space and up to about 10,000 people there on both days, so that was great.
Picking those assets that work really well and elevating them is important. Last year we went away as a team and thought about what went really well and then the things where we need to get better.
Please put your hands together for George Russell and Lewis Hamilton!
Welcome to the Fan Zone stage. Welcome to Melbourne. Have a seat, guys.
Wow. I think we'll stay standing because then people can see us.
Looking at the photos, there's literally people back here for Fan Forum, and obviously we want to try and make sure people can see and hear all of that.
More speakers as well, so you can actually hear from the back. So when Fan Forum's going on, you're going to be able to hear all of those interviews from much further back in the space, whereas it was cut off pretty.
So the event experience team, we do a lot of stuff around the circuit. A couple of the major things are Melbourne Walk, roving entertainment and other music throughout the circuits, pre-race entertainment, Pit Stop Park, which is essentially our family zones. Merchandise as well is a massive part, especially in F1. If you're coming to the event, you're probably coming for 6+ hours and people need somewhere to sit, relax and recharge in. Of course, in all these areas, there's food and beverage, and what we try and do is create a sense of unity and identity to a space, and we do that through branding, like flags, giving it hype. It looks clean, cohesive, and all working together, and that's been a really big focus, not just in our team, but around the business heading into this event.
Yeah, and it means that if you're in this area dwelling, you sort of feel like you know where you are, you're in that sort of space, so that almost acts as like a little bit of, creating a little bit of unity, if that makes sense.
It's an interesting job because of the way that the year is shaped. So we have our event, let's say this year, our event's in the middle of March. For last May, June, July, I was really in an ideation and creative phase. So looking at what went well last event, what didn't go well, and what opportunities really there are for the 2025 event. Blue sky thinking and not really looking how difficult it might be from an operational lens. Once that sort of starts getting fleshed out, then you can start looking a little bit more about how realistic is this? How feasible is this? I might come to Elliot with this grand plan and he might say, have you considered how patrons are going to flow through the space if you put this huge installation there? Then we can start looking at potential suppliers and can start having conversations because they might be able to provide some context.
Once you step inside and you understand what's required to put the event on, that admiration goes to a whole nother level. The effort that our staff make, how passionate they are about it, what we ask of them leading into the event in terms of the effort that's required to deliver, their focus on innovating, improving the event. There's no doubt these guys want to put the best bomb brand in the world on here at Albert Park, and so to be part of that, they experience, but also then to see the impact it has on Melbourne, Australia more broadly, to put Melbourne on the map, to have a Grand Prix in a beautiful park on the doorstep of the city, but then also see the flow over of 130,000 patrons going back into town and looking for somewhere to eat and drink. So I feel very privileged to be sitting in this chair, part of an incredible team.